it's me. I'm back to do another of my collections, and when I did a poll the last time, Judas Priest won, but what came in second place was Cheap Trick. People want to see my Cheap Trick collection, and here's my latest shirt. I don't know if you can make it out. I have it on a tripod, I can't mess with the camera. And here's my other shirts. This one right here kind of looks like the very first shirt I ever bought from Cheap Trick. It was a bootleg shirt when I saw them back in 19 blue. And it kind of looked like that. This one I bought when they opened for Aerosmith. Okay, let me put this aside here. Here's a shirt. Yeah, I'm not too proud of this one, but fuck it. I'm such a Robin Zander nut swinger, I had to buy it. Facebook has these stupid things on, I don't need therapy, all I need is to listen to, you know, so-and-so, and they had one on Robin Zander, so I was like, oh, I need to buy that fucking shirt. I haven't worn it yet, though. I will one day. Here's another one, kind of a Dream Police one. I think I bought this at that Aerosmith show as well. This one I bought, it's a Budokan shirt. This one I bought when they played here in '96, I think, or '97, that self-titled album. They had this shirt there and I bought it. You know, there are other Cheap Trick shirts I have that are in boxes. Like the one with all the logos, you know, the one that everybody owns. I don't have that one. I don't wear that one anymore, so I put it away in a thing. Oh wait, I put the wrong one away. Here's a Cheap Trick Dream Police replica white shirt. I think I bought that one online. And finally, the first album. These are all the Cheap Trick shirts I own. I do have, I don't know, 2 or 3 other ones that I don't wear. I have them in boxes. But I don't want to go through all that shit. So that's my Cheap Trick shirt collection for now. And now I'm going to get you, now we're going to go into, alright, some of the weird stuff I have. This one right here, it's a VHS tape from a bootlegger that it has on here, and it's these pictures on it. Like, I bought it at some fucking convention, and this has all the early promos, like the first album promos, Don Kirshner, In Color Tour, and a few other things. And actually, it looks really good compared to, I'll show you later. They released these early promos on on a DVD that came with a CD that doesn't look as good as the ones that came on this VHS. All right, and now I'll go into the DVDs. This is I have this on VHS, yet I can't find it anywhere. This is Found All the Parts, which has all the other videos, but it doesn't have the first album videos. Live in Australia. This is a Lap of Luxury tour. I don't think this was an official release. Rhino released it, but I don't know. I believe that's on Laserdisc too, though I don't own it. Silver, this one's out of print, and what do you call it? This is an amazing show, and I believe it's 2 DVDs, right? Yeah, it's a DVD. It's 2 DVDs, and it brings like a kind of like a silly interview thing, and this is where they played like songs from all the albums, and they brought out John Bryant to play on, I think, If You Want My Love. Cheap Trick, this is amazing. This is them doing the whole Sgt. Pepper's album with a couple other Beatles songs. What is it? Day in a Life, and a medley, which I believe is Golden Slumbers. This one's From Tokyo to You. This one, I believe, is the album with Pop Drone. What was that one? Special One? Special One tour. This was like live in Japan. Also another cool one. I love this one. This is Music for Hangovers, which, like the last one I showed you, it has audio commentary where they sit down and watch the show, and it's really entertaining listening to them talk about the show. This is a really good show. It's a compilation of, they did like 4 nights in Chicago at the Metro where they played the first album in its entirety, In Color and Heaven Tonight on the separate nights, and Budokan, and they compiled all the shows to make this DVD, and I think it's really a good one. It's an awesome one, actually. This is a bootleg one. This one's called the 70s, right? The 70s era, which also brings all the early videos, and Don Kirshner. See, you can see a picture of Don Kirshner. Really good. This is a compilation bootleg. I got a couple bootlegs here. Here's another one. In Cometaville. This is all a compilation of with Pete Comita when Pete Comita was in the band, which is the All Shook Up era, though Pete Comita did not play. And in the back you see those pictures. That's from a Viewmaster that I used to have that too. The little Viewmaster disc. I don't know, I've lost it through the years. This one's really fucking awesome. I think you could still get this. This is at Budokan, and it brings a poster. It brings a lot of stuff. It brings every night on CD, plus the DVD of the show, which was broadcasted in Japan. And this is a must-have. If you love Cheap Trick and you don't have this, get it. Okay, now we're moving along. Okay, the box set. This is Sex America Cheap Trick, which has a lot of cool shit on here. A lot of unreleased stuff and live stuff, and it's pretty cool, man. Okay, let's get into the vinyl. This one is kind of fucked up because it brings this picture, but this is the heavy metal soundtrack, which is where they do two songs. They do Reach Out and I can't remember the name of the other one. The heavy metal vinyl. Okay. And here's another soundtrack. This is Up the Creek, which I really like that song, though. I've read interviews where Rick Nielson hates that song. They even made a video for the song Up the Creek. I think it's a good song. There they are there. Is that the only song they have on here? I believe so. I don't have my glasses on, but I believe this is the only Cheap Trick song on here. And now we're going to get into the official vinyls. This one right here is a box set of the early stuff, which is, I'll read the sticker. It says, numbered limited edition, remastered 2013 from the original analog tapes of 180-gram vinyl, all artwork included, including 5 LPs, Cheap Trick, In Color, Heaven Tonight, at Budokan, and Dream Police. So this is really good. This is awesome, actually. I bought this before that box set came out, which is a different version of 180-gram version of In Color, and this one sounds just as good as that one. Very cool shit. And obviously this is not in order. None of this is in order. Standing on the Edge, I don't like this album. This was, I know a lot of people do. It does nothing for me. It has the semi-hit Tonight It's You, and I think that's the only song that I can kind of stomach on here. Okay, Standing on the Edge. Here's one I really fucking love. All Shook Up, which was produced by George Martin. I think it's an amazing album. I don't think Cheap Trick has made an album this good since. Well, maybe the self-title comes close. But I love this album. And it's really weird, though. At the time when this came out, New Wave was really big and stuff, and the artwork is very New Wave-ish, and this kind of killed the band's momentum. And it brings a lot of cool pictures that talk about like the songs like Girl's Greatest Lover and, you know, all this other stuff. And for some weird reason, Darth Vader is right here. See him? With little kids looking at him. Very strange. Okay. Here's something weird. It's Only Love single. I don't know how I got this. I probably bought it for $1 somewhere. It's a promotional copy. It's just a single. This one I've had forever. Cheap Trick at Budokan, the popular one that brings everything, the book and everything inside. It's all falling apart because I bought it when it first came out and I still owns it. This one came out on Record Store Day, I think a year or two ago. The complete concert, which is it brings all the songs that weren't on that Budokan album, plus that Budokan album. Fucking awesome. Double album. It's fucking great. Okay. Here's another one. This came out on Record Store Day as well, I believe the same year. Found Other Parts, where it's songs from the new album, like a couple outtakes, I believe. Albuquerque, and I know it brings No Direction Home. I love that song. Which came on Record Store Day. This is Found Other Part, Found New Parts. Okay. Heaven Tonight, the original one. I still got this one, still in better condition than that other one. Here's one I believe I have twice. This is Found All the Parts, which brings the single for Everything Works If You Let It, and what's on the other side, same thing. And it even brings the little holder attached to the actual single, which is pretty cool. And I absolutely adore this album. The studio tracks, the Jack Douglas songs. Take Me, I'm Yours is probably my favorite Cheap Trick ballad of all time. Love this. Great version of Day Tripper, such a good girl, cool fucking power pop song. And Can't Hold On from Budokan, an amazing fucking song. Here's one that a lot of people hate. I don't really hate it that much. I don't think it's that great. But Busted. This is the one that came out after their big hit, The Flame, and yeah, it is very polished and very AOR, and a lot of Cheap Trick fans point at this one as the worst, but I can name like 2 or 3 that it is down on my list on Cheap Trick albums, but I can name a couple other ones. I'll name them as Standing on the Edge is one that I don't like as much as this one, and I'll name the other ones as well. I love the last one. What's the name of it? I forget. Bang Zoom Crazy Hello. It's hard to remember that title. This is an amazing fucking album. First album was Zach on drums, and that's Zach Nielson. That's Rick Nielson's son on drums. Bunny Carlos is no longer in the band, and it's a really great fucking album. Now here's a real rare one. Fuse. This is actually an album that Rick Nielson and Tom Peterson were part of this band before Cheap Trick. And here they are. Look, there's Rick Nielson without his hat. And there's Tom Peterson. This is very rare. And you know what? It's not really that bad. It's okay. I actually have this on CD. I don't know if I had that in the thing. But obviously it's not an original pressing. They repressed it. But this is the original Epic Records Fuse album. Very, very rare. Okay. One on One. This is the first Cheap Trick album to come out where I was like, eh. But it does have some good songs. I like One on One. Well, not that much. If You Want My Love, I like She's Tight. And I really like the song Looking Out for Number One. But it kind of like, they lost me. This is when they started to lose me. Though it's not a terrible album, it's just not as good as what came before. Okay. This one is the next one. Next position, I do like more than One on One. And I like One on One more than Busted too, by the way. But this one I like a lot, though the production is very, very polished, and but it has some great songs. Borderline, I Can't Take It, I Don't Love Here Anymore, I love those songs. Oh Why, Heaven's Falling. It's very poppy and shit, but I dig this album. Okay. Alright, universally known as the worst Cheap Trick album yet, The Doctor, and I have to agree. This one I have to put at the bottom. The worst Cheap Trick album out of all of them. And I remember I bought this when, is this the one where he's holding the album? No, that's I think the other one. There's Inner Sleep where he's holding the first Cheap Trick album. This one I found at a store. By this time, seriously, I was like, I heard so much bad things about this album that I never even bothered. But I went to a store and it was there for like $1, and I said, oh, I'll give it a chance. Took it home, heard it, and yeah, it just does nothing to me. Take Me to the Top is okay, and The Doctor is alright. I heard Bunny Carlos, they asked Bunny Carlos in an interview, what's your favorite Cheap Trick song of all time? And he said Kiss Me Red. And I think he was joking. Because really, that would be the best Cheap Trick song ever? I don't get it. Okay, here's another, speaking of Kiss Me Red. I have the Kiss Me Red single, just like that other one. Promotional only. Another one I probably found somewhere for $1. Hey, that's it. Is that it? No, wait. Lap of Luxury. And I think that's it after that. I wish I could get the latest. The latest I like a lot, but it's so expensive online. And I believe all the other albums they released are not available on vinyl. I believe I have every vinyl that Cheap Trick released, official vinyl, except for the latest. Okay, now I'm going to go through the CDs. Wow, I'm breezing through this, and there's a lot of stuff I own. Okay, I already talked about this. I got that. Here's the Robin Zander solo album. It's very adult, contemporary. What would you call it? Like, you know, I don't know. It's a grower. This is an album that I didn't really like, and it has some like Tom Petty type songs because it has, what's his name, Mike Campbell on guitar. But I ended up liking a lot of this album after a while. Walking Shoes is probably my favorite, which he re-released on the Country album, which came out for one day on iTunes and then he took it out. I do have it in my computer. He redid that song, but this does have its moments. I really love, what's the song he does with his daughter on that Silver album? Time Will Let You Know. Beautiful. I mean, I'm a big Robin Zander vocal fan, so of course I'm going to like this. Love is a strong word for that album. I have The Doctor on CD. I have every CD. Okay. Busted. Here's the Cheap Trick complete concert when it first came out on CD. Good stuff. One on One. I'm a completist. I even buy the shit I don't like. You know, I don't care. Just to have it. You know what I mean? Lap of Luxury. Standing on the Edge. Next Position, Please. I already talked about that one. Oh wait. Where's this one I got today? You see, here's the thing. I didn't want to do my collection until I received this because this was just released on vinyl and it took me ever to hunt it down, and then finally I found a person that was selling it on Discogs, and then I sent him the money and then I never got it, and then I wrote him. He's like, oh man, I fucked up. I'll send it first thing in the morning. So he did, but I'm not going to give him a positive review, though I'm not going to give him a negative review either, but I think it was fucked up. Woke Up With a Monster. I love this fucking album. Finally came out on vinyl. It's the only album they released on Warner Brother Records, and I was just listening to it to see that the album is still on the turntable. Produced by Ted Templeman. I think this is a fucking awesome album. I love Woke Up With a Monster. And the reason why I picked it up because I noticed I had the CD, and this is a promotional copy, as you can see here. And look how funny, I have a ticket, and you can see behind the ticket there's a guitar pick. That's another thing I should have brought out, but just take my word, man. I got a lot of guitar picks from Rick Nielson, and I'll give you a little trick how to get guitar picks from Rick Nielson live, and I'll tell you right now. This is how you do it. During Dream Police, get all the way up front, right? And when he does that, I try to sleep, they're wide awake, they won't let me alone. When he does that little speech, and then he goes, you know, Judge and Jury all in one, and before he goes in a solo, he goes in a solo and then he throws a handful of picks right in the center so you can get it there, and then he goes back and he grabs another handful, he throws it to the right and to the left, so if you can get on all sides, I guarantee you'll get a pick. I have so many guitar picks from Rick Nielsen, and here I am waving this. This is a single for Say Goodbye, which has an alternative version to Yeah Yeah, and this is a great album. Which this came from, the Red Ant album. I don't know if they made anything more off Red Ant, but this is a single for the song Say Goodbye. I love that fucking album. Here's something that is out of print. This is Cheap Trick Budokan 2, which is a lot of that complete concerts on here, but it also features a couple songs that were recorded the next year when they played Budokan. And that was On Top of the World, and I think How Are You? I don't know if anything else, but it does feature two songs that are not available on the complete concert, but what I understand, they are coming out with some kind of CD with a compilation stuff that's going to feature these songs. I read it online the other day. This is a bootleg. This is called In Paradise. This was recorded, I believe this was the Heaven Tonight tour in a club. I think the club was called Paradise in Boston, I believe, where you see Pete Comita on both sides, but actually, and it is an official bootleg. See, there you got Tom Peterson, but it's, you know, it's an original lineup CD, and it's cool. I like it. I bought this online, not online, before online. There was, I believe the thing was called Ram Music, where I had a book of all these CDs, that hard to get CDs, and this was one of them, and I saw it there. I said, ooh, I gotta get that, so I bought it. And the way you bought these CDs from that guy, you'd actually have to call him on the phone and place an order. And that's how I got that one. Okay. I already talked about this. This is Music for Hangovers, the CD version. With the Have On DVD. I have all the original CDs that came out, but I don't have them here handy. I think I have them in the closet somewhere. But they re-released all the original CDs with bonus tracks. This is the remastered. This is the best of, which brings Magical Mystery Tour on here, which is on none of their albums, I believe, or it may be on that Sex Type America, whatever the fuck. This one, I wish they would release on fucking vinyl. I fucking adore this album. And does it have, it brings a bonus disc, which I have. Yeah, I see it right there. This one, anybody out there that hasn't heard this and you like Cheap Trick, this I highly, highly, highly recommend. It is the best album they've done since All Shook Up, and they haven't topped this since. And they have released some good shit since. But this is fucking phenomenal. I love, adore this album. Unfortunately, it came out on Red Ant Records, which soon folded, I believe, after this came out. So it didn't really set the world on fire. Okay, All Shook Up. This one, again, this is a remastered, expanded edition, which brings Found All the Parts on CD, which is really cool. Love this fucking album. The same thing with these next two. Heaven Tonight, which brings the original lyrics to Surrender at the end, where he talks dykes and whores, and obviously he had to change it. I believe Rick Nielson sings it. I could be wrong. I haven't heard this in a while. And Stiff Competition, I believe, a different version of that is on here. Good stuff. Love, love, love Heaven Tonight. Dream Police. The reason why I didn't show you the albums to Dream Police and the first album, it's in that box set. So you're probably thinking, hey, I didn't see no Dream Police album, or, you know. I own those too. I don't know why they're not in the pack. It's weird. Maybe I put them away somewhere. But here you go. Dream Police, which brings live versions of I Know What I Want, which was much later. I believe Lap of Luxury Tour. They threw that in there. But it does have some stuff from the Dream Police era, like House is Rockin' Live, I believe, from Dream Police, and a version of Dream Police without all the orchestra stuff. Good stuff. Okay, we're winding down here, man. I thought it wouldn't take much longer, though I do own a lot of shit, obviously. This is the bonus CD that came with that Red Ant, which brings Baby Talk and Brontosaurus. Brontosaurus is a song from The Move, which they fucking love, because they've covered The Move more than once. They covered them on that album Busted. Rock and Roll Tonight's a Move song. And also, California Man is a Move song. And California Man, the middle section, down, 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 it's Brontosaurus. So Brontosaurus is from that song. Love this. Cool, it's just two tracks, but it's fucking awesome. I'm sure that's rare as balls right now. Rockford. I don't like this album. You know, I like Busted more than this. A lot of people do like this one. I was very disappointed in this album. I can't get into it for some reason. And it's really weird because you listen to the songs and it's like, it has everything I love about Cheap Trick on this album, but for some reason it just doesn't grab me. And I have given it a lot of chances. Let's see. I think there may be one song on here that, I don't know, I have to listen to it again. But I think there was one that was like, okay, I can deal with that. But the rest of it, it's not horrible. It doesn't suck, but it just doesn't grab me for some weird reason. The same thing with this one, Special One. Special One, it has its moments. I love Scent of the Woman, My Obsession, and there was another song. I think there's 2-3 good tracks on this one. And here, let me put this down. And this is the one I was talking about that brought a DVD. Let's see, it brought a extra DVD. What the hell's this? Westward One, House of Blues, Anaheim. Some burn CD I put in there. But that's the bonus DVD that brings the original videos from the first album that don't look as good as that VHS version I showed you. And let me put that burn CD back in there. Okay. Am I winding down? Yes, I am. Only a few more to go. Here's the new one. Big Bam, Bang, Zoom, Crazy Hello. I can't recommend this one enough. I love this album. It's fucking great. And this one I love too. This is the one that came out before it, the latest, which with Bunny Carlos, the last Bunny Carlos album. And I think it's a fucking great album. It's I love Sick Men of Europe. Sleep Forever is awesome. It's very short, but Robin sounds good. When the Lights Are Out, that song rules. The Days, Miracle, great album. Then last but not least, from the beginning, the very first album, Cheap Trick, which brings a bunch of bonus tracks like Love and Money, which I don't care for. I Want You to Want Me, a better version than the in color version, that's for sure. And what else? Look Out, which has was only available live at Budokan, never a studio version. Well, it's on here, a studio version of it. I did Go-Go Girls, which is fucking weird, and You're All Talk, I believe is no, it's a studio track. There you go, my friends. That is my Cheap Trick collection. A lot of stuff I own, right? And a lot of stuff I have lost through the years. Oh, and my Cheap Trick hat, which I want to thank Yai. My buddy Yai bought me this. Like, look, I've seen Cheap Trick over 60 times, right? And there's only 2 times I've missed Cheap Trick since I saw him way back on the Budokan tour. And that was when they opened for Poison and Def Leppard. I was like, I ain't going to that shit. I ain't gonna go fucking pay a lot of money to see Cheap Trick play for 30 minutes. And also where he bought me this hat, which was it was before the new album came out. It was sometime, maybe it was last year, no, 2 years ago. And what happened, I was gonna go meet up with my friend. We were gonna go watch Cheap Trick at the Hard Rock, and that day I got a kidney stone attack and I ended up in the hospital and I missed it, which was unfortunate because my buddy who did go see it, he is the guy I grew up with that we discovered Cheap Trick together. And I should tell that story now before I go. And I've said it before on the podcast, but the way I discovered Cheap Trick was I was part of Columbia House. My friend got me in Columbia House, and if your friend signs you up, he gets a free album. So he, you know, I told him what I wanted, but he put in Cheap Trick, the number for Cheap Trick by mistake. I ended up getting In Color on cassette. And I was looking at it. Let me grab the album. Oh, fuck it. Just take my word. And I'm looking at it, I was like, this doesn't look good. And I never listened to it. Then my friend that I was just talking about, he came by my house and I had the cassette and I was going to record over it. And he said, well, let's just put it on. Let's hear what it sounds like. And we put it on. The first thing we heard was Hello There. And it blew our mind. And me and him discovered Cheap Trick right at the same time. This was pre-Budokan. You know, so there you go. That's my Cheap Trick stuff. I know I probably own other Cheap Trick things, and I forgot to bring it in collection. Sorry. Oh, wait. Yeah, wait. I brought some other stuff out here. This one's extremely rare, though they did redo it. The very first pressing of Fragile, what is it? Reputation. What's it called again? Reputation is a Fragile Thing. I bought this way back in the 90s, and it's a really cool book with a lot of cool pictures and, you know, a lot of like magazine interviews. This was, then it was out of print and it was very sought after, and a lot of people were paying big money for this out. But I understand he repressed it. But this is the original book. I do have tour books too that I don't have out here, but I have an episode here where I show off all my tour books. So if you want to see which tour books I have from Cheap Trick, check out that episode. So there you go. I'm sure I'll make more collections videos in the near future. The reason it took me this long to make this one is because I've been fucking busy. And plus I've been waiting for that Woke Up with a Monster vinyl to come in so I can add it to my collection. And I understand they're releasing an album later this year, so I'll have that one, trust me. Anyway, I bid you a farewell, and I love Cheap Trick. And I want to say one more thing. I know a lot of people out there don't like Cheap Trick, and they know I'm part of a thrash band, and I'm a metal guy, but you know, they're like, fucking Cheap Trick, fuck you. It's like, no, fuck you. All right, man. So this goes out to everybody out there that loves Cheap Trick, man, and who don't. Hey, it's okay if you don't like it, but if you don't like me making this episode about my Cheap Trick collection, motherfucker, this shit's free. Okay, it's not like you're paying for this. All right, but I appreciate you all watching it. Whoever's watching right now, I know you're the Cheap Trick fan, and the people that don't like Cheap Trick didn't even bother to watch this. So fuck them. They're a loss, right? Cheap Trick rules. And so do you. Later.